Good morning, everyone. It's nice to know that our little community is gathering, and wherever I am, I'm thinking of you this morning. I can't be with you today. I'm off celebrating the 70th birthday of a dear friend in the Chicago area. I thought it would be a nice time to revisit some of the teachings of one of our favorite teachers in this group, Thich Nhat Hanh. And I've been reading this book again. I think we've done some exercises out of this. It's called True Love, A Practice for Awakening the Heart by Thich Nhat Hanh. And in the beginning of the book, he describes what he calls the four mantras or the four aspects of love. We've actually covered all of these over time in our gatherings together, for those of you who've been around for a while. And but we've talked about them in a different way. And Thich Nhat Hanh in this book talks about them as aspects of love. So you may find that these are familiar to you, these words. So the first one is Maitri, or sometimes it's called Metta, depending on if you're using Pali or Sanskrit. But it's the act of benevolence or friendliness, loving kindness, sometimes we call it. But it's an act of, or it's an attitude of a leaning into the positive regard for another person. And he says here that loving kindness is not only the desire to make someone happy or to bring joy to a beloved person, it is the ability to bring joy and happiness to the person you love. Because even if your intention is to love this person, your actions may not make him or her feel loved. So deep training is important and essential in learning how to, whether we're learning how to love ourselves or all sentient beings, or send love to specific people or peoples who are suffering. Or in this case, we're talking about someone who is beloved to us, and that could be a partner, a spouse, a child, a parent or grandparent, a dear friend. And so it's just the training to know how to love well. And he says here that we must practice deep looking directed toward the person that we love. Because if you do not understand this person, you cannot love properly. Understanding is the essence of love. So, what must we do to understand a person? We must have time, and we must practice looking deeply into this person. So there's this quality again of being there and being attentive, of setting aside our own needs for the moment and just being really there. The fruit of this looking deeply is called understanding. And love is a true thing if it is made up of a substance called understanding. Leave it to Thich Nhat Hanh to say that so beautifully. It reminds me, I'll tell you a person in my life who's very, very good at this, and I'm very, very lucky, and that's my husband. So it doesn't matter what he's doing. He may be reading a book or on his computer or watching a football game. But if I sit down by him and say that I want to talk to him about something, or even I don't even need to announce it. If I start speaking to him about something, and he detects that it's important, then he will immediately turn off the TV, close his computer, put it aside, close his book, put it aside, turn toward me and look at me straight on. And it's this most beautiful quality of, I'm here for you. Doesn't matter what else I've been doing. I'm here for you right now. And I want to know what you have to say. And I'm going to take it in. And he's such a beautiful example for me to learn by way of knowing what it feels like to be deeply listened to. And so because of that, I know how important it is to be able to give that to another person. So I hope that you have someone in your life that will turn their attention to you and be there with you. And so let's just practice a little bit about on the other side of deep listening, and what is it like to be truly there for someone. So go ahead and take a moment, comfortable, figure out how you're seating, if how you're sitting is going to be sustainable for you for a few minutes. And I like to sit up. I'm sitting in a chair with a back in it right now, but when I go to meditate, I actually like to sit forward on the chair just a little bit so that I can feel my back holding me up. Not everybody appreciates doing that, but to me, it's important. I like to be able to feel my spine and the strength of my spine. So however you would like to sit, though, go ahead and maybe scrunch into your seat just a little bit and make sure that your sit bones are going to be happy and your hips. And I would suggest, if you can, putting your feet flat on the floor so that you can feel the earth beneath you. Feeling the strength in the spine and the openness, and how that sitting up straight opens the front up so there's plenty of room for the breath. Plenty of room for a nice soft belly. So we have the strength of the spine in the front and the softness of the belly and the breath in the front. It's just a nice, balanced way to sit. Sometimes we call this taking our seat. And it's this sense of taking our seat with a purpose, a commitment to ourselves, to our practice, a devotion to here I am, I'm putting away all these other things, just like my husband does when he goes to listen to me. He sets aside, he closes the computer, closes the book, sets it aside, and turns so there are no distractions, and he turns to look at me. And so taking our seat is sort of like doing that for ourselves and for our practice. It's really showing up. And so mentally putting away all those things that might distract our attention. Maybe you've already done that physically, and turned off your TV or your phone or whatever, or closed the door so that you're not disturbed. And just coming to this place, this sanctuary that you've created for yourself for some kind of reason, some kind of intention. Appreciating and honoring that intention, that attention that you're about to give to yourself. And so then along with that is making sure that the body is relaxed and aligned. You can feel the feet on the floor, your bottom in your seat, your spine strong and long, not rigid. Softness in the front. And then allowing the mind to just settle. So we always have so many things going on in our minds, don't we? What we have to do today, our list of tasks, our list of people's needs that we need to attend to, our list of our own needs that we need to attend to, chores, errands, deadlines. But then we can also come in with things from the past. Maybe it was just this morning or yesterday or the day before, last week, or maybe it's something from longer ago that kind of follows us around and speaks to us. Many times those things from the past are things that we're regretting. And we sometimes work with those as well. But for right now, just being present with this moment, just as it is. Just sitting and breathing. Feel your body. check in, see what's going on there. Check in with your emotions. What's the emotional quality that you're coming to your practice with today? And whatever it is, sad, mad, glad, whatever it is perfectly fine. Just taking notice so that you know, how am I arriving today? What do I have going on in my heart? And then what do I have going on in my mind, my thoughts, the future, the past? And that's all okay, but to see if you can let the dust of thoughts settle. It's like a horse in the old westerns galloping down, frantically down the dirt road or across the fields. And it's just letting that horse go and then coming back and watching the cloud of dust settle until the air is clear. And that's what happens with our minds. When we allow the dust to settle, our minds can become clear. And if you haven't closed your eyes yet, you're welcome to. You're also welcome to keep them open. That's entirely up to you. But see if you can turn your gaze to your internal environment here. And let's just breathe with ourselves for a few moments. So bringing the attention and the intention, our awareness to just feel the breath entering the body and exiting. One breath at a time, over and over again, breath after breath after breath. You may experience the breath in a sensory way by feeling the cool air coming in at the tips of your nostrils, and then warmer air as you exhale. You may feel the lungs expand with the in-breath and then sort of deflate and relax with the out-breath. If you're in a quiet place, you may even be able to hear the sound of your own breathing. It's normal for the mind to wander, so when you realize that's what's happening, just very gently bringing it back to your practice of noticing the breath, being aware of the breath. Let's begin this practice of deep presence. We're just experimenting with what it would be like to be deeply present with ourselves. And in true Thich Nhat Hanh style meditation, let's do this in a way where we're saying statements in our minds as we inhale and exhale. So let's just begin with a very basic, simple one. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am breathing out. And so repeating this at your own pace and synchronized with your own breath. And then the next piece will be breathing in, I am fully present. Breathing out, I am fully present with myself. Breathing in, I am fully present. Breathing out, I'm fully present with myself. As you continue to keep breathing in this way, just add a couple of questions to just sort of seep in and see where they go in your heart and your mind. What does it mean to be fully present for yourself, with yourself? How does it feel to say these phrases? Fully fully present for myself, with myself. Does that mean that you've adopted this quality of deep listening, really wanting to know? This is very important to hear, to know, to listen, to understand. And maybe taking a couple of just sort of cleansing breaths and just imagine a big blue sky in your mind's eye. Sort of shift from this practice about being deeply present for ourselves. And now the invitation is to imagine someone in front of you, or you can maybe picture them or get a sense of their presence. Someone whom you love very dearly, maybe someone that you feel that you could possibly be more present for. Maybe you've been caught up in your own things, or maybe you haven't called them back, or somebody who's important to you, though. There may be, different images or, you know, senses of people coming up, sort of popping up, and see if you can just settle on one. You can always attend to the other ones later, but see if you can just focus in on one, like focusing the radio dial to get just the right station. And you'll know who that most significant person is that you'd like to work with today. It might be the one from whom you would like to have that deep listening. You would like them to listen to you. It's hard to say, but whoever comes up is the right person. So get a sense of them, get an image of them, see if you can dial that radio station and get it to be just a little bit more clear, so there's fewer and fewer distractions, less static around, so that you can really get this clear sense of this person. I'll offer some samples of statements here, and then you're welcome to use those or create your own, and then pick two or four, and then see if you can synchronize those with your breath, just like we did the other statements. So let's try on the statements first. My dear one, I am here for you. You matter to me. I am now present for you, fully present for you. So you may want to shorten these or adopt your own. Could be breathing in, I'm present for you. Breathing out, I'm fully present for this person, for you, however you'd like to say it. Breathing in, I am fully present for my loved one. Breathing out, I am fully present. Breathing in, my eyes, my ears, my heart are open. Breathing out, I am truly listening. Breathing in, I am present for you, my dear one. Breathing out, I am here, I am fully present. Breathing in, my heart, my eyes, my ears are open. Breathing out, I am truly listening. You may even get a sense of what this person would really like for you to hear. And maybe you don't get that sense, and that's okay. But sometimes those things begin to come through just by being quiet and uh, the messages that maybe they've been trying to give us on a more subtle level that we haven't heard yet become clear. And if that doesn't happen, that's okay. Just notice what it's like to sit in this person's presence and be fully present with them and for them. Setting aside just momentarily the distractions of our own sufferings, our own issues and problems. Do you feel this in your heart? Notice where you feel this sense of presence and deep listening, this being present for another human being. You may feel an opening, you may feel sensations of warmth. You may feel today sensation of closing off, like this is hard today. And all those are very real and normal possibilities. And there's no judgment about what you should be feeling. It's just an experiment. It could be completely different tomorrow. Okay, and then when you're ready, just letting go of that practice by imagining the person, that presence of them or that image of them just fading away, replaced by an image of the vast blue sky or the endless ocean, sort of like cleaning the palette. And coming back to the awareness of your body sitting and breathing, you may even want to begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and maybe gradually opening the eyes, letting in little bits of light at a time. I love the practice of looking around, and especially since we're all in these different uh, physical environments, looking around and touching in with your environment. Where are you? What are you doing? What's going on around you? It's been so lovely to be able to share this practice with you, and I look forward to hearing how it went for you. I'm going to sign off now so that you and Amy can have a few minutes to talk, and look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, everyone.